Okay, so this is a big one. Iran has just shot down a U.S. fighter jet. And this isn't just any incident, it shatters a record that stood for 23 years, and honestly, it creates a huge credibility crisis. So, based on the reporting from Ada Maka, we're going to break down what we know and why this is such a massive deal.
All right, to really get the full weight of this, you have to hear what was being said just days before this all went down. Here's the official word on Iran's military. They have no anti-aircraft equipment. I mean, that's a pretty clear statement, right? No significant threat. Just keep that in mind. And then, just 2 days later, everything changed. The reality on the ground told a very different story.
This is what happened. Iran shot down a U.S. Air Force F-15E Strike Eagle. We're talking about a highly advanced American fighter jet taken out of the sky by an Iranian missile.
And get this, that wasn't all. At pretty much the same time, a US A-10 Warthog went down near the Strait of Hormuz. So you've got to picture this. In just one day, 2 American military planes are suddenly gone. So this loss, it's a huge deal historically. It's really a sobering milestone, marking the end of a 23-year record.
Yeah, 23 years. You have to let that sink in. That's how long it's been since the last time a U.S. combat aircraft was actually shot down by an enemy. Not since 2003, over Baghdad. And that record, which was really a symbol of American air superiority for decades, well, it's just been broken.
Okay, so enough about the history for a second. Let's get into the verified facts. What do we actually know right now about what happened to these planes and, more importantly, their crews?
All right, here's the breakdown. And this is the really tough part. For that F-15E, we know 1 crew member was rescued, but the other is still missing. For the A-10, same situation. 1 rescued, but the other, we just don't know their status. And look at this, the rescue mission itself came under fire. A Black Hawk helicopter was hit. That tells you just how intense and dangerous this whole situation was. Now, Iran's reaction was immediate, and let's be honest, it was designed for maximum impact. They started broadcasting footage of the F-15E wreckage on state TV almost right away. And then they went even further, announcing a reward on local TV for anyone who could capture the missing American pilots. Okay, but losing 2 planes, as bad as that is really just the tip of the iceberg. This whole thing kicks off at least 4 major consequences that could completely change the shape of this conflict. This is where we get into why this matters so much. First up, credibility. It's simple, really. When an official says, hey, they can't shoot down our planes, and then, just a couple days later, they shoot down one of our most advanced planes, that creates a major trust problem. And it's not just about public opinion. The markets reacted instantly. We saw oil prices jump right away because of this uncertainty. The second consequence is all about the timeline. See, if Iran actually captures one of these missing U.S. pilots, the entire clock for this conflict just gets reset. It's no longer just about military moves. It becomes a hostage situation. And prisoner negotiations, those are incredibly complicated and can drag on for months or even years. This could extend the whole crisis in a way nobody wants.
Third, you've got the very real danger of escalation. Think of it like a domino effect. Losing an aircraft like this almost demands a response from the U.S. But then, that response is going to trigger retaliation from Iran, and that just keeps going. This one event could easily kick off a dangerous cycle where each side keeps hitting back harder.
And finally, the 4th point is just the cold, hard military reality. Think about it. This is day 35 of a major air campaign against Iran, and yet their air defenses are still capable enough to take down a top-of-the-line F-15E. This completely flies in the face of the official story that Iran's military has been, and I quote, essentially decimated. So when you put all this together, it really boils down to one central conflict: the huge gap between the narrative we're being told and the reality that's actually happening.
And this really says it all, doesn't it? On one side, you have the official narrative. Iran has been essentially decimated. And on the other side, you have the operational reality. They have enough air defense to shoot down an advanced F-15E. This isn't just a small disagreement. It's a fundamental break between what's being said and what's actually happening on the ground.
So, we're going to leave you with this question to think about. What does it really tell you about the state of a conflict, about a strategy, about leadership, when the official story and the truth on the ground are this far apart?